on demand. How you doing? My name is John Guyton, and this is John Guyton Studios, where we're at right now, doing our thing here. So, yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to have some fun today. Here's how this works. What you do, your job, right? You're a part of this. You know, it really doesn't work that awesome if you don't do your thing. So your part is to give me a word, right? You can give me a word, a phrase, something you want to talk about. Doesn't matter. I'm going to work it into a motivational talk right now. Like literally as soon as this little song is over, I'm going to start and do my thing. So yeah, let me know that works out. So give me a word. It could be anything. It could be anything. If I see it, I'm gonna say it. I'll take what you guys give me and I'll turn it into some sort of talk. All right. Welcome. All right. What's up, LinkedIn? What's up, Facebook? What's up? What's up, Instagram? And I think we got somebody else here. Oh, YouTube. Can't forget YouTube. We got YouTube as well. So yeah, we're in good shape there. Yeah, we're in good shape there. We got YouTube in the house as well. All right, so chat. Yeah, just chat your info, and it's all good. Yeah, does it work to see the facility? Yeah, it does. I'm multitasking here. All right, guys, give me your words, and we'll rock and roll. We're good to go. If you're first time, if you're here and you're like, yeah, I've never been here before, what do you mean? You that's watching this right now, all you gotta do is go into the comments right now and literally chat a word, a phrase, something you want me to look at or think about or whatever, and I'm gonna turn what you write, I'm gonna turn that into a motivational talk right now. Like I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna do it right now. So on the spot, you know how those guys do like they do the freestyles and stuff, and they're like, give me a word, and they'll just kind of say it. It's like that, except it's not. So it's a motivational talk instead of a freestyle kind of thing. So that's how it goes. Yep, we're gonna work it out. Awesome. What's going on, man? All right, checking out this little chat. What's happening? Hey. So I got some of you on some platforms and some of you on other platforms. So I wish there was a way to put them all at one, like one chat platform to rule them all. One chat platform to rule them all, and there you go. You know what I mean? But, all right. Here we go. I wanted to, give me some words. Yo, Jay Stell, what's up? Give me a word. Give me a word to talk about today. So one word that I've got right now is momentum. The word's momentum. It's kind of the word for 2024, really. There's a lot of people that want to do a thing, right? And I know that doing new things, particularly, is scary. Take something that you've never done before. Your natural inclination is going to want to take that thing that you've never done before and research it and go over it and over it and over it and over it before you do anything. But what you really need to do is you need to attack that thing. You need to start it with tenacity, right? Start it with tenacity. Yeah, give me some words. Y'all can give me multiple words too. This is too easy. But you start doing the thing with tenacity. So when you start with tenacity, what happens is you're creating momentum. Even if the thing that you're doing wasn't done properly or the thing that you're doing wasn't very good, that's okay. The magic is that you started it with tenacity. So once you do that, something magic happens. You're able to improve upon that and make it happen. Years ago, my wife came to me and she said, hey, I want to write a children's book. I said, all right, cool. That's awesome. She's like, here's the book, what's going to be about. It's a potty book and all this. I said, great. And at the time, our kids are little and it works. And we're like, all right, cool. A couple weeks later, come by. Hey, how's that going? It's not going. It's interesting. She says, I need a illustrator to write the images. I mean, to make the images. And it's like, okay. It just so happens that the next flight I was on I was sitting next to this guy named Steven, and he was a cartoonist. He was a really, really talented artist. I go, well, I'll be damned. I said, you never know this, but my wife was saying she wanted to write a children's book and she needed somebody. So I basically closed him on the flight, made the introduction when I got home and said, you won't believe this, but I found you an illustrator. She said, oh, great. A couple weeks later, what's the progress? How's it going? It's not going. All right. And a little bit later, I kind of checked in one more time. And at this point, I was at the risk of being, me being annoying, right? Just was, hey, what's going on? And she goes, there's all these things, I got this and that, and there's the publishing and blah, 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 blah. And I said, I know what's going on here. How about I issue you a challenge? And the challenge is, can you write a bad book? She says, what do you mean? I says, exactly that. I said, so tomorrow, right, during this lesson, I said, it was a kid's swim lesson or something. I was like, can you write a bad book? That's my challenge to you. She said, well, that I can do. So, and she does it. The next day she comes and goes, I got it. I wrote the bad book. It's a potty book, guys. We're not talking about a Harry Potter novel here. So she writes the book, and then something amazing happens. She started to improve it, edit this a little bit and edit that a little bit and do all these types of things. And she kept improving the book and polishing and all that. And then when it was all said and done, she had a book that was actually published. It's called Oops, Don't Poop There. It's available right now. You can go to Amazon right now. Oops, Don't Poop There. Now, here's what I know. I know that never would have happened had she not had momentum. See, momentum is interesting, right? When things are going, things are in motion, they tend to want to stay in motion. And things at rest, they tend to want to stay at rest. So if you haven't started yet and you're thinking of a new thing, right? Let's say somebody challenges you at work and they say, look, there's a new project. And you're like, well, I don't know about this project. I'm not sure about all the ins and outs. There's a lot of uncertainties here in what's going on. It's like, well, wait a minute. What can you start? What's that small thing that you can start? How do you start with tenacity? Starting with tenacity doesn't mean you have to start with something big. You just have to start. And you get these things rolling. And when you start getting them rolling, when things start to happen, even if they're bad, and for the most part, they're always bad. Whenever you start something new, typically you're bad at it. Nobody practically is a phenom when they start something. If it's physical, if it's mental, intellectual, it doesn't matter. But if you start something and you see how bad it is, all you have to do is ask yourself, what's one thing I can do to improve what I did before? Just one. That's it. Not two, three, just one. And then go do that thing. Then do it again. This is that momentum. Keep doing it. Momentum. Things in motion want to stay in motion. Do it again. Then you ask the same question. What's one thing I can do to get better? I see this on the wrestling mat with my kids. They'll learn one thing and they'll do the one thing. And then they start getting reversed. Claire is a perfect example. The one who came in as a rookie and won districts. Yeah, that Claire. I saw the example. She would get herself reversed, which means you're on top, and then now all of a sudden, boom, they're on top, and you're getting pinned. And it was frustrating for her because she's like, I'm winning, and then I do that. But then she had to learn, what's the one thing you have to do to fix that? She goes, okay, that's one thing. So she fixed that, and then something else would happen. And she kept plugging the holes. But the important part was she started with tenacity. She said, let's go, let's do this thing. And then she just kept doing that thing. She was also not very good at taking shots, so she got better and better and better at taking shots, and now she's double-legging folks like it's her job. Like it's her job. It doesn't just happen. You don't just get good at something. You don't just become great at something. You don't just become the champ. It doesn't work that way. The way this works is you start with momentum. Nobody just picks it up and crushes it. It doesn't happen. You do it over and over again. Some of the best recipes that you've ever heard of are recipes that somebody messed up over and over and over again. Some of the biggest things, Angry Birds, one of the most popular games, that was their 50-second app. Momentum, they kept going and going and going and going. WD-40, that was one of the best inventions ever. WD-40, who doesn't have WD-40 in their home? It stands for water displacement 40th attempt, momentum. He started with tenacity, but he didn't stop there. He kept going and going and going and going. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. They didn't work, but that's okay because he got one thing that he can fix, one thing that he can improve, one thing that he can make better, and did that. So if you do that, then all of a sudden you look back and you go, well, wait a minute. The last time I did it was this. The next time I did it was a little bit better and a little bit better. That's momentum. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Nobody remembers the first thing. Mr. Beast online, right? He's got 100-something million views every time he posts a video. Go back and look at his very first video. Nobody cares about that. It was not very good. Ask him. He'll tell you the same thing. Momentum. Just keep going. See, most of your problem is you'll start something and then you'll stop, or you won't start in the first place because you got to have all the ducks in a row. No, you don't. You just got to start. You don't need to know all the answers. You just have to know. You just have to have enough for you to get going, enough for you to get moving, because movement is a requirement. Is a requirement for progress. Movement is a requirement for momentum. You got to move. You got to start. You got to go. Get out there and do the things that you know you can do, and the ones that you don't know, you'll learn. Start momentum today. Just start. Start with tenacity. It's not going to be good. In fact, expect it not to be good. And then ask yourself, what's one thing I can do to improve it? Do that. Start with one thing. Expect it to be bad. And do something to improve it. Keep doing that. And before you know it, it'll be pretty damn good. Yeah, that's typically how it goes. Look, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm like looking at my own situation going, okay, what is some momentum that I can start, right? With things that I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get that going. But think about your own situation. What is that thing that you've been meaning to do, but you haven't done yet because you're overthinking it, or you're like, oh, I got to do these meetings. Don't worry about all that. Just start. Start with tenacity. Get it going. Get it going. Get a bad version. Get a bad version, right? Do that. Write that bad book. Make that bad video. Yeah. Get out there and suck a little bit. And then you do it again and you'll be less. You'll suck less. You know what I mean? And then at some point it'll be pretty good. Yeah, we don't tell that enough. I'm gonna start talking about that more. Maybe I should tell some of the stories about when I wasn't good at certain things that I'm good at now, things I weren't good at. I think we can start talking about that. Anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. My name is John Guyton. This is John Guyton Studios. Just doing a little motivation on demand. If you're first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. The way this works, you go into the comments, you type in a word, and once you type that word, I'm gonna work it into my talk live. All right. But don't take it easy on me. This was too easy. Some days are the challenging days are the ones that are a lot of fun. So come up with those kind of quirky statements or words that you're like, how's it going to work this into a motivational talk? Yeah. Well, type the word and find out. All right. I'll holler at you guys later. Again, I'm John Guyton. This is Motivation on Demand. Peace and love.